Here comes a time in every person's life when they look around and realize no one is coming to save them. No one is going to hand them the life they dream about. No one is going to fight their battles, chase their goals, or fix their problems. Self-reliance is not just a trait, it's a lifestyle, a mindset, a declaration that you are in control of your own destiny. In a world that constantly pushes the narrative that someone or something else will solve your problems, whether it's a government, a boss, a friend, or a partner, the truth remains, no one will ever care about your life, your dreams, or your goals, as much as you. When you embrace self-reliance, you stop looking for shortcuts and start focusing on the long game. You stop hoping that someone will notice your potential and instead begin proving your worth through consistent action. It means waking up and doing what needs to be done even when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, and when no one is offering to help. Because deep down, you know your future depends on your own effort. Being self-reliant doesn't mean you never accept support. It means you don't depend on it. It means that even if all the support falls away, you're still standing, still fighting, still moving forward. You become your own safety net, your own motivator, your own accountability partner. You stop outsourcing your power and take ownership of your choices, your mistakes, and your progress. There is a shift that happens when you stop saying, "I wish someone would help me," and start saying, "I will help myself." You begin to build confidence, brick by brick, every time you solve a problem on your own, every time you push through when it would have been easier to quit. You begin to realize how capable you truly are, not because someone told you, but because you proved it to yourself through action. Self-reliance is where discipline, growth, and freedom begin. It is the foundation for greatness, because only when you trust yourself to carry the weight of your own dreams can you truly rise above the limits life tries to place on you. No one is coming to save you. This may sound harsh or even discouraging at first, but in reality, it's one of the most freeing truths you can learn. For far too long, we've been conditioned to believe that there's always someone out there who will come to our rescue, that a lucky break, a kind gesture, or even a perfect opportunity will appear and change everything for us. But the truth is, those things are rare, and waiting for them can keep us stuck in a cycle of complacency. At some point, you must face the fact that are the only person who can make lasting changes in your life. Waiting for someone to swoop in and fix your situation is not just unrealistic, it's disempowering. It gives away your personal agency and puts your future in the hands of things you can't control. The reality is, no one truly understands your struggles like you do. No one is as invested in your success as you are, and no one will fight for your dreams the way you can. People might offer advice, lend an ear, or even offer help when you ask for it, but when it comes down to it, the only person who can push you past your limits, dig you out of your own doubts, and force you to grow is yourself. No one is coming to save you. There is no magical person or event that will change your life overnight. You must decide to take charge of your own destiny, regardless of the challenges that may come your way. What often happens when we wait for someone else to make things better is we place all the power outside of ourselves. We wait for a promotion, for validation, for a perfect moment, but nothing ever happens until you take that first step. The external world isn't going to change for you. The people around you aren't going to change your circumstances. In fact, you might find that they're just as focused on their own lives, and while they might care for you, they're not going to be the ones who carry your burdens or push you toward your goals. If you're truly waiting for someone else to take the reins, you're holding yourself back from the immense power you possess. It's uncomfortable, but when you realize that it's all on you, you start to tap into a strength and determination you never knew existed. Asterisk, asterisk. No one is coming to save you. Asterisk, asterisk. Because you were never meant to wait for someone to do it. You were meant to take that responsibility and create your own path. Once you internalize this, your perspective on challenges shifts. Instead of seeing obstacles as reasons to quit or to wait for external help, you start seeing them as opportunities to prove to yourself just how capable you really are. You begin to understand that your strength, resilience, and creativity are the only tools you need to overcome what's in front of you. Your belief in yourself will fuel your actions, and your actions will lead to transformation. Taking action over making excuses is a fundamental shift that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who simply talk about them. We've all been there. The thoughts of why something can't be done, or why the timing isn't right. The long list of reasons why things are too hard or out of reach. Excuses are easy. They are the comfortable alternative to actually facing challenges. But what they do is keep you exactly where you are, stuck in a cycle of inaction and self-doubt. The truth is, asterisk, asterisk, action is the only thing that creates change. Asterisk, asterisk. Excuses often come from a place of fear, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. It's natural to feel afraid when you're about to step out of your comfort zone. However, the key to overcoming fear is to take action in spite of it. You'll never feel fully ready, and there will never be a perfect time to start. If you wait for everything to align, you might wait forever. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by making excuses. They took risks, learned from mistakes, and most importantly, they took consistent action toward their goals. When you make excuses, you relinquish control. You tell yourself that the world around you is too difficult, too unfair, or that you don't have what it takes. What you don't realize is that every excuse you make is a step back from the life you want. Each reason you come up with for not taking action chips away at your power to change your circumstances. It's much easier to blame external factors than to look within and take responsibility for your own progress. On the other hand, asterisk, asterisk, action is the antidote to fear and doubt. Asterisk, asterisk. The more you act, the more confident you become in your abilities. Even if your actions don't always lead to the desired result right away, they teach you something valuable. You gain experience. You learn what works and what doesn't, and you improve as you go. Every small step forward is progress. Action compounds. One action leads to another, and those cumulative efforts create momentum. It's like pushing a boulder up a hill. At first it's heavy and hard to move. But once you get a little momentum, it starts moving on its own. Additionally, when you make excuses, you lose out on opportunities for growth. You may never know what you're capable of if you never give yourself the chance to try. The fear of failure is often worse than the failure itself. Failure is simply feedback, a necessary part of the learning process. When you choose action over excuses, you embrace the idea that mistakes and setbacks aren't roadblocks, but stepping stones that bring you closer to success. Taking action also creates a sense of ownership and responsibility for your future. You stop waiting for the world to change for you. Instead, you take steps to change it yourself. Even if you don't have all the answers, taking action gives you the clarity to course correct along the way. The more you act, the more you refine your purpose and direction. Excuses might sound logical at first, but they are ultimately a form of self-sabotage. They keep you trapped in the illusion that you don't have the power to create the life you want. The reality is, asterisk, asterisk, action trumps excuses every time. Asterisk, asterisk. Each time you choose to act, you reinforce your own capability. And with each action, you bring yourself one step closer to the person you were always meant to be. You don't need perfect conditions to start. In fact, waiting for everything to be just right can keep you from ever beginning in the first place. So often we get caught up in the idea that in order to pursue our dreams, or make a change in our lives, the stars must align. We think we need to have all the resources, the ideal environment, the perfect timing, or even the right mood. But the truth is, perfection is a myth. Asterisk, asterisk. Starting with what you have, where you are, is more powerful than waiting for ideal circumstances that may never come. Asterisk, asterisk. Perfection is a trap that keeps you stagnant. It makes you believe that there's some magical moment when everything will finally be in place for you to take that first step. But life doesn't work that way. Conditions will rarely be perfect, and the right time often ends up being a moving target. If you wait for everything to be perfect before you act, you could spend your whole life waiting, and nothing will ever change. What's more important than perfect conditions is the drive to move forward despite the chaos, despite the uncertainty, and despite the discomfort. The best time to start is always asterisk, asterisk, not when everything is lined up, or when all your doubts are cleared. In fact, waiting for the perfect moment often signals a deeper fear. Fear of failure, fear of making mistakes, or fear of what others will think. These fears feed into the idea that you need to be flawless before you can begin. But the reality is that perfection doesn't exist in the initial steps. It's through action, through trial and error, through learning as you go, that you shape your success. Asterisk, asterisk. The more you wait, the more you delay your growth, and the more opportunities you lose. Consider some of the most successful people you know, whether they're entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, or leaders. None of them reached success by waiting for things to be perfect. Instead, they started with what they had. Whether that was a small idea, limited resources, or a lack of experience. What mattered was that they moved forward, even when things weren't ideal. They took what they had and made it work, adapting along the way. In fact, it's often the imperfect conditions that teach us the most valuable lessons. When you don't have everything you need, you become resourceful. You learn to solve problems, to be creative, and to push yourself in ways you never would have if everything were handed to you on a silver platter. By starting now, you take control of your own journey. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you want to be. The more action you take, the more clarity you gain. The path becomes clearer as you walk it, not before you begin. In fact, you may find that asterisk, asterisk, the conditions you thought were imperfect asterisk, asterisk, are exactly what you needed to grow stronger, more adaptable, and more innovative. Waiting for perfect conditions can be paralyzing, because perfection is unattainable. And when perfection is your standard, you can easily fall into a cycle of procrastination, doubting your ability to get things right. But by acting, even if things aren't perfect, you build momentum, and with momentum comes progress. Progress leads to improvement, and improvement leads to mastery. The more you do, the better you get. And while you're not waiting for things to be ideal, you'll be amazed at how your circumstances start to improve simply by the act of showing up and doing the work. You might not have all the answers, and you might not have all the tools, but you asterisk, asterisk have yourself asterisk, 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 and that's all you need to begin. Asterisk, asterisk, starting with what you have, with the imperfect tools and resources at your disposal, is the beginning of creating something remarkable. Asterisk, asterisk. When you make peace with imperfection, you empower yourself to move forward and keep building, one imperfect step at a time. The belief in yourself is the foundation of every success story. It might sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful and transformative concepts you can embrace. Too often, people hesitate to pursue their dreams because they don't believe they are capable, or they allow the opinions of others to dictate their self-worth. The truth is, asterisk, asterisk, your belief in yourself is what fuels your progress. and gives you the strength to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. Asterisk. When you believe in yourself, you start to take ownership of your abilities. You recognize that you have the capacity to learn, adapt, and grow. Self-belief isn't about thinking you're perfect, or that you'll never fail. It's about having the confidence to try, to take action, and to trust that even if you stumble, you'll find a way to get back up. Without this belief, any setback, no matter how small, can feel like an insurmountable obstacle. You'll second-guess every decision, every move, and ultimately, you might find yourself paralyzed by doubt, unable to move forward. The key is to understand that belief doesn't always come naturally. It's something that you have to develop and nurture. It's built through action, through small wins, and through overcoming the challenges that life throws at you. The more you push yourself to act, even when you feel uncertain, the more you reinforce the belief that you are capable. Every time you accomplish something, even if it seems insignificant at the time, your confidence grows. Over time, this builds into a solid foundation of self-belief that propels you toward bigger and bigger achievements. It's easy to be influenced by external voices. We live in a world where opinions are constantly being thrown at us, whether from family, friends, or social media. And while advice can be helpful, relying on the approval of others can undermine your own belief in yourself. People who are unsure of their own path will often project their doubts and fears onto you. If you let their insecurities define what you can or can't do, you'll never live up to your true potential. You must learn to filter out the noise. And listen to the voice within that knows what you are capable of. Belief in yourself also means accepting your imperfections and understanding that failure is not a reflection of your worth. Failure is not an indication that you aren't good enough. It's simply part of the process. It's a stepping stone to growth. When you have a deep belief in yourself, you see failure as feedback, as an opportunity to improve, rather than as something that defines you. You know that each mistake is a lesson, and that your worth isn't determined by how many times you fall, but by how many times you rise. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. In a world of curated images and highlight reels, it can feel like everyone else has it all together. But comparison is the thief of confidence. The more you compare yourself to others, the less you trust in your own path and abilities. Belief in yourself is about understanding that your journey is unique, and your progress is personal. It's not about measuring your worth by someone else's success, but recognizing that your own pace and growth are just as valuable. When you believe in yourself, you stop seeking validation from external sources, and start finding satisfaction in your own progress, no matter how small. The power of self-belief also extends to your ability to persevere through difficulties. When you believe in yourself, you understand that challenges are temporary, and with persistence they can be overcome. It's this mindset that allows you to keep going, even when things get tough. Without belief in yourself, those challenges can seem like roadblocks that are impossible to get past. But with belief you see them as opportunities to test your limits and grow stronger. You become more resilient, more adaptable, and more capable of handling whatever life throws at you. Belief in yourself is also about setting boundaries and trusting your instincts. It's the inner confidence to say no to things that don't align with your goals and values. It's the ability to make decisions without second-guessing yourself or seeking constant approval from others. The more you trust your instincts, the more you solidify your belief that you are the best person to navigate your life and decisions. This confidence is what allows you to take risks and step outside your comfort zone without the paralyzing fear of failure or rejection. Ultimately, belief in yourself is the driving force behind every successful endeavor. Asterisk. It's the belief that you are worthy of success, that you can create the life you want, and that your efforts will pay off in the long run. When you truly believe in yourself, nothing is impossible. The road may be difficult, but your belief will keep you going, even when the world seems to doubt you. The more you nurture this belief, the stronger and more unstoppable you become. Owning your journey is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. It means taking full responsibility for where you are, where you want to go, and the actions you need to take to get there. Too often we allow ourselves to be swept along by external circumstances, letting the world dictate our direction. We blame our failures on bad luck, our lack of progress on others' choices, or our current situation on things outside our control. But when you own your journey, you stop being a passive participant and start taking charge of your life in a meaningful way. The concept of ownership goes beyond merely acknowledging that you are in control. It's about fully accepting that your life is the result of your decisions, not just the good ones but the mistakes and failures too. By owning your journey, you accept that every choice you make has consequences. And those consequences are part of your path. Even when things don't go according to plan, you take responsibility for learning from them and growing. This level of ownership creates a mindset of empowerment, because you no longer view yourself as a victim of your circumstances. Instead, you recognize that you have the power to change the direction of your life through the choices you make moving forward. Taking ownership of your journey also means letting go of the idea that success is solely determined by external factors like luck or other people's actions. It's easy to look around and see others' achievements and think that they somehow had it easier, or that their success was a result of factors you can't control. But when you own your journey, you understand that success is less about the hand you're dealt, and more about how you play the cards you have. You begin to see every challenge as an opportunity to demonstrate your strength, resilience, and creativity. The more you take ownership of your journey, the more you realize that the obstacles you face are not roadblocks, but stepping stones to something greater. When you own your journey, you stop waiting for permission. You stop asking for validation from others and start trusting your own instincts. This doesn't mean you never seek advice or support from others, but it means that ultimately, you trust yourself to make the right decisions for your life. You become the final authority on what is best for you. By doing this, you unlock a level of confidence that no external approval can provide. You no longer rely on others' perspectives to guide you, but instead trust your own intuition and knowledge of what you want and need. Owning your journey also means being honest with yourself. It's easy to deceive ourselves into thinking we are doing everything we can, especially when we face setbacks. But true ownership requires a level of self-awareness and self-reflection that forces you to confront your own shortcomings. It's about looking in the mirror and asking, am I doing everything I can? Am I showing up fully? Am I being honest about what I want and what it's going to take to get there? When you truly own your journey, you stop lying to yourself about your progress and start taking real measurable steps to improve. You acknowledge your weaknesses and take deliberate action to turn them into strengths. There's also a profound sense of freedom that comes with owning your journey. When you take responsibility for your own life, you stop waiting for someone else to change things for you. You stop looking for external validation, and you stop blaming others for the things that go wrong. Instead, you embrace the idea that you are the creator of your own destiny. This freedom is incredibly liberating, because it means that you are in control of your future. You are no longer bound by the decisions of others, or by the external circumstances of your life. You can create the life you want, and nothing is off limits as long as you're willing to do the work. In addition, owning your journey gives you the courage to take risks. When you are fully accountable for your life, you recognize that taking risks is a necessary part of growth. You stop playing it safe and start pushing yourself to step outside of your comfort zone. When you own your journey, you no longer fear failure in the same way. Instead, you see failure as a natural part of the process, an essential component of your evolution. You embrace the idea that it's not the risks themselves that matter, but how you handle them as risk. As taking risks and making bold decisions becomes part of the process of building the life you want, and you become less afraid of the unknown. One of the most profound aspects of owning your journey is that it gives you a deep sense of fulfillment. When you look back on your life and see that you made your own choices, took responsibility for your actions, and shaped your own path, there is a sense of pride that no one else can take away from you. Your journey becomes uniquely yours, and that is the ultimate form of success. You can walk through life with confidence, knowing that you didn't wait for permission, and you didn't let anyone else dictate the course of your future. By owning your journey, you ensure that your life is a reflection of your own desires, dreams, and efforts, a life that is truly your own.